There comes a moment in every person's life when the truth finally reveals itself, quietly, unmistakably, and without permission. A moment when you stop seeing someone as who you hoped they were and start seeing them as who they truly are. And once that truth becomes clear, you can't unsee it. It's the realization that forgiveness doesn't always lead to peace. Sometimes forgiveness is the doorway that lets the same pain walk right back into your life. The Stoics never preached endless, unconditional forgiveness. They taught us to observe human nature, to recognize patterns, and to stop expecting loyalty from people who have already shown us that their loyalty is selective. Some apologies are temporary, some behavior is permanent. This message is not about bitterness. It's about wisdom earned quietly, painfully, and honestly. By the end of this video, you'll understand why there are certain types of people the Stoics would never invite back into their inner circle. Not out of hatred, but out of virtue. Because protecting your peace is not selfish, it's a moral duty. Let's begin. The Stoic view of forgiveness. Strength with boundaries. In the ancient world, forgiveness was seen as a form of strength, a discipline of the mind. But it was never meant to be unlimited. Seneca once wrote that it is not only wise to know whom to forgive, but equally wise to know whom to avoid. Some people apologize not because they've changed, but because they want to restart the cycle. The Stoics warned, judge people not by their promises, but by their patterns. 1. The person who betrays trust. Easily, this is the first and most dangerous type. The person who treats loyalty as disposable, who turns your vulnerability into gossip, who shares your private truths for entertainment or advantage. Someone who can't hold what is sacred. A Stoic may forgive the past, but they never ignore repeated betrayal. Because betrayal isn't a mistake. It's a behavior. And behavior rarely changes without deep transformation. 2. The person who refuses responsibility. Next is the individual who is always the victim in their own story. They twist situations until you become the villain. They deny, deflect, distort. Marcus Aurelius taught that all humans err, but refusing to acknowledge those errors is a deeper flaw of character. When someone will not take responsibility, you end up carrying emotional burdens that never belong to you. That's not forgiveness. That's captivity. Letting them return only restarts the cycle. 3. The person whose life is constant chaos. Then there are those whose lives are a storm, and somehow their storm becomes your burden. Their lack of discipline becomes your responsibility. Their mistakes become your emergencies. Their chaos becomes your normal. Epictetus warned that the worst kind of slavery is the one we walk into willingly. Some people chain you not with force, but with relentless crises. You forgive them 100 times, and 100 times you're left drained, depleted, and diminished. 4. The person who manipulates your kindness. These are the emotional takers, the ones who know you're compassionate and weaponize that compassion against you. They drain your time, your energy, your generosity, always asking, always taking, never giving back. The Stoics believed in kindness, yes, but they warned that kindness without boundaries is self-destruction. A manipulator does not require forgiveness. They require distance. 5. The person who feeds on your discomfort. Finally, there are people who simply do not wish you well. They don't celebrate your victories. They downplay your strengths. They minimize your feelings. They quietly enjoy your setbacks. They may never admit it, but their patterns reveal the truth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Surround yourself with people who darken your spirit, and your own light begins to fade. Forgiving someone who delights in your pain is not noble. It is self-abandonment. So, what should you do? You do not hate them. Hatred binds you to the wound. You do not seek revenge. Revenge binds you to the story. A Stoic simply detaches, quietly, calmly, completely. Forgiveness in Stoicism is not a pass back into your life. It is a severing of emotional chains. It is choosing clarity over confusion, self-respect over repetition, wisdom over wishful thinking. Your peace is rare. It took years of hardship, introspection, and growth to earn it. Why give it back to someone who has shown you they cannot be trusted with it? Forgiveness is a gift. Access is a privilege. And not everyone deserves both. If this message gave you clarity, let it be your reminder to guard your inner world like a fortress. Walk with discernment. Hold your standards high. You cannot control who others choose to be, but you can control who you allow near your soul. If this video resonated with you, share it with someone who needs these words. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe to continue exploring the timeless Stoic lessons that make us stronger, wiser, and unshakable. Thank you for watching. And remember, sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all.